It's on. Scores. Welcome back. Welcome back to the live show. Real Hooper show, that is. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate everyone tuning in. You already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Y'all know where to follow me on all platforms of Score Society, and you know what to do. Check out the merch. I don't got no merch on today, but you already know how I'm rocking with the merch. I had to put my Sonics hat on. I saw this laying around. I said, let me throw the Sonics hat on. Let me go with my throwback bag. I got my boy E right here. My guy, you know. My man behind the scenes. Y'all think I be doing this by myself? I don't. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart to be out here doing all this. And I don't have all that time neither. What's up with you, E? How you feeling, bro? Hey, E, bring me fair. Bring these lights cool? My lighting cool?
Yeah, it looks
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good.
How you doing, E? What's going on?
Doing good, bro.
You doing good, man? You tired yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, come on, gang. So, man, I get a lot of DMs, E. Hey, E, I get a lot of DMs, man. And there's a lot of people who challenge me, right? And I like it. I like the fact that people challenge me. You follow me? But someone asked me, like, how are you ranking your players? Because I say Giannis is number one power forward all the time, right? And they was like, how are you ranking your players? I rank my players by the degree of difficulties. You get me? So if I put Giannis over Tim Duncan, it's because Giannis had to average 35 points to be a champion. Tim Duncan never had to do that. He ain't had to do that. Duncan averaged 21 points, had a great team, had a great system, and was a phenomenal player. But he didn't have to score 50 in a closeout game. He didn't have to go through what Giannis is going through right now with trades. Giannis won a championship and Defensive Player of the Year, and we didn't see the Bucks in the championship the next year. That's a problem. That's the degree of difficulty. Why would you rank LeBron in front of Jordan? Well, it's the degree of difficulty. This is the degree of difficulty. I think what Jordan did is phenomenal. Like, I have no pushback on it. But then I look at what LeBron did coming from high school, putting a team on his back, right? Not team, a franchise. Franchise on his back. We looking at the rosters like, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they wash. I don't know how he going to do it. They win in 60 games. 3 or 4 years in the league, he's in the finals. Every super team that he went to, he made it the super team. No, like, he made it a super team. Like, it's not a super team unless I'm here. Every team he went to the year before wasn't a championship contending team. They became a championship contending team when he got on there. He had no mentorship going into the league. Michael Jordan had Dean Smith. He had no mentorship. He had to learn all on his own. Who? His high school coach taught him how to be an NBA player? Degree of difficulty. 10 finals. Played against the best players. The best players. All the competition that you say Jordan played against is number 2 to LeBron's competition. Maybe 1 or 2 might not change. Maybe Shaq. Shaq. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. His position and his style and position is a dying breed. You don't see it no more. Magic. You young bulls say Curry better than Magic. I'm not ready to commit to that yet. But it's questionable. So when we sit here and look at the degree of difficulty, I'm going to put LeBron in front of Jordan. Like, think about it. Steph Curry was the best shooter of all time before he broke the record. Would you agree? Why?
Because of the type of shots he was making.
Degree of difficulty. Off the dribble, around the screen. 2 people, 3 people on him. 6'11", Anthony Davis in his face. We didn't see Ray Allen and Reggie Miller do that. He was the greatest shooter before it even happened. Degree of difficulty. Kobe versus Jordan. I'm going to be 1,000%. I've never said this. I've never said this. Kobe versus Jordan, right? Honestly, I would rank, this is the God truth. I would put Kobe ahead of Jordan if he didn't copy the Jordan style. I think what Kobe did was more difficult than what Jordan did. It's just harder to argue for Kobe. It's harder to argue someone being on your team that averaged more points than you, someone being more dominant than you, and we calling you the better player. Someone on your team had all the accolades while you were playing healthy. It is hard to argue for Kobe at that point. Then your whole style, the image, or whatever the case may be, became a Jordan thing. So I can't put you ahead of Jordan. But realistically, if I'm basing guys off the degree of difficulty, Kobe come before Jordan, in my opinion. Come before Jordan. What you think, E? Would you put Kobe before Jordan?
Yeah, I'll put Kobe before Jordan.
I got to put Kobe before Jordan, bro. Like, me talking about a dude scored 81 points. 81 points. And I think he scored 65 times in that, or 3 times in that same season. 3 to 5 times. I ain't write it down. In that same season. The man was a dog. Then I get people that say, I was talking to a guy and I was telling him that, you know, you keep sending me all LeBron failures. You sending me all LeBron failures. Oh, look, he flopped. Oh, he missed a free throw. But you missing 2 decades of greatness. Main man gonna tell me, you talking about the decades he was losing. Now, we gotta define a losing player versus losing a series. Now, let's think about this. Like, let's put this in perspective, E. LeBron James has won more playoff games than the Lakers franchise in the last 22 years. He's won more rings than the Lakers franchise in the last 22 years. The Lakers franchise is the most winning organization, one of the most winning organization in the NBA. Same thing with Boston. More playoff wins, more rings, one person. But somehow he's a loser. He's a loser, E. And it's wild to me, bro. Like, it's really wild to me that you would say a guy going to the finals 10 times is losing, but a guy winning 1 ring in 20 years is a winner. 1 ring in 21 years is a winner. So if a guy wins 5 rings in 20 years, but don't make the finals outside of the years he's winning it, he's a winner? What was he doing for the other 15? What was you rooting for the other 15? So my thing is, I'd rather see the player I like playing in May, June. You'd rather see your favorite player sitting at home with you or April? See, you want to see your favorite player doing the post-game shows in April? It don't make no sense. We got to start defining what is a losing player and losing a series. He's been to 10 finals and won 4, right? That's 40%, right? Steph Curry, the greatest shooter all time, right? What's his shooting percentage? 40%. Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, 42%. But they the greatest shooters of all time, though. They're the greatest shooters of all time at 40%. Why you don't put Kyle Korver up there? His shooting percentage is up there. At one point, 1 year, Kyle Korver averaged a 52% three-point percentage. He should get more respect. But you know why you don't give him more respect? Because he didn't shoot the ball as many times as the other guys. So the other guys don't go to the finals as much, but they get more respect than the guys who actually went to the finals more. How that makes sense? If Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time at 42% on three-point shooting, and you giving it to him because of the degree of difficulty and how many times he shot it, why LeBron James don't get the same respect for going to the finals 10 times with the degree of difficulty and having a 40% winning ratio in the finals? It doesn't make sense. But they making special rules for my boy. They're making special rules for him. And that's how all of these is, right? Like, we have no problem saying Shaq is the greatest center. Do you think Shaq is the greatest center? I'm curious. Who's your greatest center? All right, go Jokic. Fine. We'll get to that later. I say Shaq is the greatest center. And people don't fight me on this at all. If I say Shaq is the greatest center, I've never received a DM of Shaq missing free throws. I've never received a DM of Hakeem Olajuwon cooking Shaq in the Orlando Magic City. I've never seen a DM of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doing the skyhook. But he has less rings than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So why y'all don't give me the same pushback y'all gave LeBron? He has 2 less rings than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. LeBron has 2 less rings than Jordan. But y'all give me a lot of slack about that. They making special rules for that man. They making special rules. See, here's the conclusion I come to. They don't like basketball. You know what people like, bro? They hate the 90s. No, excuse me. They don't like basketball. They hate LeBron, and they miss the 90s. That's what it is. That's all the basketball fans on social media is. They hate LeBron. They hate today's game of basketball, and they miss the 90s. They missed the 90s when they didn't have bills. They miss the 90s. They miss it. They miss when we all just sat around the TV and we watched 8 teams weekly. They miss it. And they don't know how to admit that. So when you don't know how to admit something, it's like this, right? It's like when you was young and you liked the girl in your class. Instead of telling her, yo, I like you. What dudes used to do? Make fun of her. Pull their hair. That's all this is. Dudes don't want to admit they don't like basketball. They miss the 90s and they hate LeBron. But instead of admitting that, they want to pull their hair. They want to make fun. That's it. Dog, it's okay. Basketball ain't everything. It ain't everything. If you don't like basketball, just say that. Just say that. If you missed the 90s when you had your hairline, just say that. It's all good. It's love. They got to understand. Listen, they couldn't even tell you who the top teams in the NBA is right now. They couldn't tell you. They would not know on the East, you got the Pistons, the Knicks, the Celtics, Magics, and Raptors. They couldn't tell you that. They couldn't tell you on the West, OKC, Lakers, Nuggets, and Houston and Spurs are the top 5. They could not tell you that. They wouldn't even be able to tell you who the top scorers are. They'd be surprised to know Luka's averaging 35 points. They'd be surprised to know SGA is averaging 32 points. Maxey is averaging 31 points. Donovan Mitchell averaging 30. Nikola Jokic is averaging 29 points and leading the league in assists with 11 of them. They wouldn't know that. They wouldn't know that. You know why they wouldn't know that? Because they don't like basketball. They don't like basketball. They don't like players having a choice to go and do what they want to do. They don't like the fact that they can't keep track of basketball. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that one day you can be cheering for Tyler Hero, and then the next you cheering for, and you're trying to figure out how Jamie Hotcat scored 24 points off the bench. They sick. Sheesh, man. But you know what came to my attention, bro? That you know who doing the right thing? Speaking of off the court, you know who doing the right things off the court? Kevin Durant. So someone sent me his investment portfolio. It's been floating around. I don't like to be in people's pockets, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Kevin Durant. I don't like to be in people's pockets, but I wanted to bring this up because I like when guys are doing positive things where people can look at the image of, right? Like we was growing up, and this ain't no disrespect to guys like Allen Iverson or whatever, but Allen Iverson, he had his chain on. We followed that. Braids, the tattoos, and we followed that. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like I'm one of them. I'm a product of that era. But I like Kevin Durant because he got a great investment portfolio. And he doing things the right way. He come around, no jewelry on. I remember seeing him in Vegas years ago. I mean, I think he was, matter of fact, this was so long ago, him and James Harden and Russell Westbrook was on the same team. And he was chilling. I wouldn't have known it was him if he wasn't 7 foot. Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is this tall skinny? You know what I mean? But I bring that up because I bring the investment portfolio up because that's the person they don't want you to see. They want you to remember, oh, he left OKC and went to the Warriors. They don't want you to see that he's a good businessman, so you follow his business tactics. They don't want you to see the fact that he don't wear no jewelry. You know what I mean? They don't want to highlight those things. And when these reporters get him and the on their platform, you know what they want to do? Why aren't you married? Why don't you have any kids? When are you gonna start being married? When are you gonna start having kids? And it's like, to be honest with you, I'm not a hater against marriage, but I don't blame him. Like, think about it. If my investment portfolio went up to close to $1 billion, let's say that. Let's say $1 billion. Why would I be getting married? Who would I like that much? Like, who would I like that much? Like if I didn't have her already. Now if she come in and say, look, we can prenup it all day. I got my stuff, you got your stuff. I ain't really tripping on it. You know what I mean? Then cool. But to be like, I'm worth $1 billion on investments, and we gonna go, okay, I like a girl that much. Who's that impressive? Like, what girl is that impressive? That you like, oh, I gotta marry, I wanna share everything I worked hard for you before. Like, huh? Like, for me, I believe marriage is for the person or people or whatever, a couple that's building together. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with building something together. There's nothing wrong with two people building a life together. But if I already built a life, why would I want to be married? Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, but that's just me. But let's get into some current news. My boy. You know they try to trade your boy, E. I gotta keep you up, E. You know they try to trade your boy, Anthony Davis. How you feel about that? Huh?
I don't think anybody should trade.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, Anthony Davis always injured, bro. He's always injured. I don't know why these guys, I don't know why the fans get excited about this. A guy who's always injured. You're like, oh, they're going to trade for him. Where should he go? I don't know. Not to a contending team so he can be out the way, I guess. Like he hasn't played 70 games in how long? So They have him. They trying to get him over to the Pistons, Hawks, or Raptors. Out of those groups, who do you think would be a good fit?
I like the Raptors.
You like the Raptors? Why the Raptors?
Because they already got a big over there.
They got a big over there.
Either you plug them in with Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
And we had another player. Oh, what's his name? The wing over there. Scotty Barnes.
Oh, Scotty Barnes. He's not a wing, but you talking about you got Emmanuel Quickly.
Mm-hmm. You give up
R.J. Barrett.
You gotta give up R.J. Barrett. I say you give up R.J. Barrett for AD.
I give R.J. Barrett for 80 for sure. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely give him up.
Then,
Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram.
This way, it's not too much pressure on AD to produce at that 4 position.
I agree.
Whatever he gives you, you take it easy.
So you don't like him going to the Pistons?
I like the Pistons, but you're going to need a lot from AD for them to be a contending team.
You do.
And then he's already...
Because they don't have an even trade guy. I don't think R.J. Barrett is an even trade either, though. He's not an even trade. R.J. Barrett for Anthony Davis, he's not. They got to give R.J. Barrett some more pieces.
I mean, R.J. Barrett's a few picks. Maybe some bench pieces, but nothing, I'm not giving up a lot for AD.
I wouldn't give up a lot for him either, but you got to get. You going to the Raptors? And R.J. Barrett ain't a swap trade. It's not a swap trade. I do like the Pistons, but you're right. They got to give up some. They got to give up something for that. Ooh, Raptors, Hawks. You don't like the Hawks? Yeah, I don't like the Hawks either, man. Yeah, Raptors might be the best fit if you can get away with an R.J. Barrett. What if they trade R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly?
I don't know who they got at that point guard position over there in Toronto to replace
Emmanuel
him.
Quickly.
I mean, we're gonna have to replace him.
Sneed or Sned, whatever his last name is. I like his game.
Nah, I don't know his name.
He be balling. I actually saw him at the Rico Hines workouts this summer. He was pretty good. I like him. They try to trade Klay Thompson as well. Klay Thompson is in his second year on his 3-year contract, $50 million contract. He wants to go to a contending team. Now, my thing with Klay is, if you are, I was always told this, if you can shoot, you'll always have a job. They always have a job. Klay Thompson is a shooter, so he's going to have a job. Now, he wants to go to a contending team. Where should he go? Lakers.
Klay Thompson to the Lakers.
Klay Thompson to the Lakers.
I can get behind that.
But see, they too old. They too old now.
They'll still be pretty young.
How?
You
got Luka, you got Reeves, then you got LeBron. Okay, you know what? That might can work. A veteran shooter like Klay. That might can work.
Just from my experience from rooting for Klay, he's kind of inconsistent as well. Some nights he give you 15, some nights he struggles to get 11, 10. So some nights he give you 20. When you need him to give you 20, he'll give you 12. I don't know.
Well, I look at it like this. Some of these nights it's just not his night. Like it's not like it's Klay from the Warriors. It's not Klay from the Warriors. Like they not drawing up plays for him. You know what I'm saying? Every night. So I mean, I think he should go to a veteran team. If you want to go to a contending team, Houston might not be bad.
No, I don't like Houston. Who are you gonna give up from Houston for Klay?
Yeah, I don't like giving up young players. Yeah. I think a Lakers style. I'm not gonna say the Lakers 100% because I'm not committed to that yet. But if I was to go to Lakers, you can get rid of some guys like Vincent. You can get rid of guys like that. Cleaver, you can get rid of him.
How about in New York? Klay Thompson in New York.
Klay Thompson to New York will be good, but then see New York. The problem with New York is that if you trade people, right, you'll always find yourself in the same position. The reason why they didn't win last year because it wasn't deep enough. So that's the issue with the New York, like anybody trading for New York. If it's not like a a free agent thing is going to be tough for New York to buy in. Giannis, they talking about trading your boy Giannis. What you think about that one? Do you think he should get traded?
Yeah, he should leave Milwaukee.
I agree.
To where? I like that Spurs fit. That Spurs fit sounds fun.
Here's the thing with Giannis, right? Wherever Giannis goes, he has to go to a team that's already winning. So it's going to be a super team when he gets there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other way around it. Because if Giannis is saying, hey, I want to leave because I want to win, you're not going to a team that could win next year. You're going to a team right now that's winning right now. That's where you're going. You're going to a Houston. I'm not saying these are the right places, but Spurs, anyone who have a star player that has a winning record and you about to come on there and amplify it. So this is what I'm telling you about the whole thing about the super team stuff. It's a super team is hard to say. It's really a winning formula for me because you can have amazing players who are in bad situations that wants to win now. Giannis is 30 or a little under 30. He's 29. He's 30 yet? He's around that age. Let's say that. He's around that age. He was drafted 2013. He's been in the league for, that means he's been in the league for what? 12 years. He's been in the league for 12 years. And you mean to tell me you going to knock him for wanting the best for his career, his family, his legacy, but because he wants to win now? So if he goes to a Spurs and wins another championship, Wemby comes back healthy, then you got De'Aaron Fox and then a bunch of young guys who can ball. You mad at that? So essentially, because it would be a super team, would that not be a super team? Like De'Aaron Fox once averaged 26 points. Wemby before injury averaged 26 points. Giannis is able to average 34 points. This is a super team. Then you got other guys on the team that's averaging 18, 19. Barnes, all these guys, right? So when I look at it, Giannis' situation, I look at it like no matter wherever he goes, it has to go to a super team. He has to go to a super team.
What do you think about Wemby? Are you concerned about his injuries and him being injured?
You know, I mean, he's doing exactly what I expect a 7'5" player to do, get injured. It's hard because listen, man, as much as we love a tall player, I don't think the body was meant to be that tall. Like, I don't know the science behind it, the anatomy behind it, but somebody being 7'5" and actually running every day and doing all this stuff, I don't think your legs supposed to hold up that. Like, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. Like, you is abnormal. Like, you gotta relax. So I expected him to be injured at some capacity. I expected him to be injured. That's why when people are like, oh, he's going to break LeBron record. No, he's not. He's not going to play all these years. He's not going to play 23 years. He's going to miss seasons. It's going to be one of them things we get excited about throughout his career, and he plays anywhere between 40 and 65 games. If we can get those games, then we're good. If we can get 65 games out of him consistently, that exceeded my expectations. You know what I'm saying? So you know there's a little beef going on. You know there's a little beef. Swaggy P, Nick Young, a.k.a. the founder of Corner Boys. Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson. All the smoke. You know what I mean? They going back and forth on live. They talking greasy to each other. See who you got in that win?
I ain't see him play. I ain't see Steven Jackson play.
You didn't see Steven
I
Jackson
saw
play?
a little bit of Nick Young.
So he's saying he didn't see Steven Jackson play. My guy E right here, man, my producer here. He's saying he didn't see Steven Jackson play because he's young. So forgive him. He's not a casual, he's just young. Nobody going back and finding Steven Jackson career high on YouTube. Okay. So, but he's young. But I'm gonna say Steven Jackson. Yeah. And only because he's tougher. Like he's tougher. Nick Young, he not gonna be able to play a 1-on-1 to 7-8. That's the way Steven Jackson is. Now, if they playing right now, let's say he play 1-on-1 right now. If it's right now, maybe I say Nick Young. I'm saying Steven Jackson like in the prime or whatever. But if they talking about right now, I don't know. I don't know Steven Jackson to be playing basketball. Nick Young, he was just in a Drew League this year, so he still can play. You know what I'm saying? He still can play. So that's the only thing I can think of. But I still think Steven Jackson would be. He's Steven Jackson 6'8", and he a bully.
Wasn't Nick Young like just more athletic and more of like a scorer than just Steven Jackson?
He was a scorer for sure, more athletic. 6'8". Like he wasn't like crazy athletic. You know what I mean? I like when I think of Nick Young, I don't think like, oh, this overly athletic guard. I think of he was nice. He was tough. I remember he was at USC with the Mohawk and had the USC Trojan hair edged in his head from his haircut. It was dope. I like Nick Young. But I'm gonna still go Steve Jackson. Now I was saying this earlier, E. This is the hardest era to play in, but it's not the best era. When I say it's the hardest era, I mean the talent is so spread out that if you didn't have a skill set, you couldn't play in this era. You get what I'm saying? The speed is there. If you wasn't a fast person, but like there was guys in the league that wasn't fast at all, that was in the NBA. Like a Mark Jackson, he wasn't a fast guard when he was with the Pacers. Slow guard. They had room for that. But this is a hard era to play in because of that. It's a hard era because it's hard to really match the skills. But it's not the best era because of the consistency for a fan. So I was just on live and one of the guys was like, I want consistency. See, the problem is in the 90s or the 2000s or 2010s, you knew who was shooting 20-something shots a game. Now you don't know if Jalen Brown going to shoot it or Derek White going to shoot it. So it's definitely a hard era. It's definitely a hard era to play in right now, but it's not the best because fans want consistency, and it's hard to give you consistency when everyone is shooting and everyone can score it. This is the reason why people lose money, because they gambling on these apps like it's the 90s. How many shot attempts? Oh, he going to definitely shoot 20. He playing against the Wizards tonight. He going to definitely shoot 20 of them. You get there, he shot 9. Averaged 30 points in a season. Shot 9 times. You didn't have to worry about that with Allen Iverson. You didn't have to worry about that with Kobe. You didn't have to worry about that. You knew those guys were shooting 22, win, lose, or draw. So it's just a little different. And then the role players have different options. Derek White is a player who came from Division II, Division I, made the NBA champ, and he's about the third option. Probably the second option right now, but third option. And he's shooting 20-something times. He'll go to games where he's shooting 20-something times. For sure. I don't know if that's what he averaged, but he'll shoot it. I couldn't imagine Derek Fisher doing that. Imagine Derek Fisher shooting the same amount as Kobe. Wild. Derek White will shoot the same times as Jalen Brown. Derek White will shoot the same amount of times as Jason Tatum. So if you are a fan, excuse me, if you are a fan and you love the game or you, not to say the game, if you are a fan who loves players, it is hard to follow this. It is hard to follow.
Now, let me ask you this: do you think isn't it just the players they're capable of shooting that many times because of the skill set? The coaches are allowing it. The star players are looking for them. So does that make a better product because more people on the squad?
No, like I said, it's the hardest era to play in because of the product. Because it's just hard to guard. It's hard. Everything is hard to guard. Everyone got talent. It's hard. You got to spread it out through the team. So I think it's great, but it's not the best era for fans to follow. Yeah, it's not the best era for fans to follow. You get what I'm saying? So for them, it's tough. It's tough because they don't want to go to the game and watch that.
But shouldn't this era make more fans of the game? Because now you're forced to learn who are these other players, like Colin Gillespie. You heard of him, but you see him do what he's doing in Phoenix. It's like, oh, who's that? He kind of nice.
But now you got to do all this research on him. You got to go back and follow him. You got to go back and look and all this other stuff. So what school did Colin Gillespie go to? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You didn't know where these guys went. Like the role players wasn't shooting it because you weren't there. You weren't selling the tickets. You know what I mean? That shot was for the star player. We knew where Charles Barkley went. I said Charles Barkley because of the Phoenix Suns. But that's the difference. So with basketball, it's different because players can have storylines. Players can have storylines, man. And people can follow it. People can identify with it. Because they ain't wearing no helmet. There's only 5 guys or 13 guys on the court to follow. So it's easy to create stories. Basketball's a little different. But nonetheless, I love it. I love the game. Some people, like I said, some people don't like basketball. Before we get into last night's games, E, you got anything for me, brother? You got any questions for me? Yeah. Should I slow down, man? Am I going too fast? Pause.
We got a shout out from Australia about Wayne. I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. Sorry. Wayne Odes. So from
Australia in the building. I always wanted to go to Australia. I remember I met some great people. I went to Spain a few years ago. And I remember being on a plane with some Australians. And they was telling me everything about Sydney. Actually, I was actually helping a group of guys over in Sydney get some players over here to play at my school. So shout out to Australia, man. Shout out to Australia. What's your questions you have for me? My man got some questions, man. Got to answer some questions before we get into last night's Cup games.
So you told a story about A court and B court. I don't know if that clip came out.
It ain't come out yet. Not yet.
But you mentioned that you realized playing under the whistle was different. When did you realize that?
I realized that playing under the whistle versus playing outside is completely different. When I played like my first several games, thinking I could do the same things I did outside, like split defenders and all that type of stuff, and not understanding that teams practice against that kind of stuff, like practice how not to do it or not to let people split you, right? Versus when you're playing outside, you got 2 people guarding you. You want to split the defense. They're not on the same page. You get what I'm saying? So it's different. Like even with the calls. So when you playing outside and you getting certain calls like fouls or travels, it's more cultural. It's more of a outside culture, or more of a not out. Listen, I say outside, open gym culture. You get me? So like certain people don't respect the foul, so you won't even get the foul. So you start conditioning yourself to play under those circumstances, right? Versus if a ref want to go by the book, he calling everything. So under the whistle is different. Like even if you did like a slight travel when you playing, outside or open gym, we're not calling it. It was a good move. It was a good move. But when you play in like open gym against other people, they're not calling every travel. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. But versus like in the game, they calling that. They calling it every time. That's just, so that'd be the difference. That was the difference for me. That's when I realized that I don't know what age I was. Probably like 13 or something like that. I was probably around that age when I realized that playing under the whistle and playing outside or playground ball is different.
All right, next question I have for you is what do you think matters more, natural talent or basketball IQ?
Whew. Good question. Now, it depends. What position the person play?
Let's go general, all positions. If you can generalize it for all positions.
All positions?
Mm-hmm.
IQ is going to matter when it comes to point guards. IQ is going to matter when it comes to point guards. Natural as shooting guard, IQ still matters to me. Small forward, I'm going to start leaning towards natural because you can't teach height. You can't teach athleticism, and that's the key ingredients you need for that position. I'm gonna say the same thing for small forward on down. You can teach the natural position part, but if you got two good guards to make sure that the ball is in the right person's hand at the right time in the game, because their IQ tells them it, then it pans out like that. So if I had to say an overall answer, I'm gonna say IQ. Yeah, because IQ kind of controls your team. You got a smart point guard like a Chris Paul. Been to the been to the playoffs a lot with raw talented guys. Not to say they wasn't smart, but they didn't need to showcase their IQ with a Chris Paul there. Yeah.
Next question I have for you is who do you think impacts winning more, a dominant big or an elite point guard?
Who do I think impacts the game more, dominant big or elite point guard? I'm gonna say a dominant big. Here's what I'm gonna say: a dominant big. A dominant big doesn't have to think, doesn't have to sacrifice. So he's going to give us dominance every night. Versus an elite point guard can be elite, but there'll be nights when the offense is stale. Like they're just all watching you. They're just chilling. And they're not preparing for the playoffs at that point. You don't know what they can do in the playoffs. You get me? Versus a dominant big, a dominant big can do a lot of things, right? A dominant big can pass, you shoot. That's dominance. Dunk, stronger than everybody. So he can make a more of an impact than a elite point guard who's shooting and doing all those things. Because we've seen Russell Westbrook do it. Russell Westbrook is an elite point guard, averaged a triple-double. But I think his team won 57 games that year. So, and that's because you don't prepare everyone else for their spotlight when they get the ball. Like, yeah, you're passing it, but you're passing it in the right time. Like, but what happens when you can't make that assist and they got to create their own? Then what? You feel me? All right, man. Here we go, man. So let's get into it. Let's get into them cup games last night, brother. Get into them cup games last night. You know, Heat versus Orlando. Heat versus Orlando, bro. Like I said, the Heat had 4 players with almost 20 points last night. Here's the thing right now. Here's the thing in the NBA right now. It's really about if the team that shoots better that night wins the game. Miami Heat shot 24% from 3. Come on, bro. You can't do that. You can't do that. Especially when the Knicks shot 53% from 3. So when you my fault, I said the Knicks, my bad. I got all this all mixed up. Damn, I got all this mixed up, my bad. Wait, what we doing with the damn notes? I messed this up. Now look like we messed the notes up, man. My fault, squad. My fault, scores. Let me get this right. What's up, scorers? I just want to stop it to let you know that we got merch. We got Brainwash Thick Elite hoodies. We got shorts. We got hats. We got everything that you need as a hooper. So make sure you check us out at scoresociety.com. Welcome to Score Society. What's up, scorers? I just want to stop it to let you know that we got merch. All right. My fault. Technical difficulties. But like I was saying, Miami Heat shot 24% from 3. The Knicks shot 47% from 3. The team that shoots the best usually wins the game. But Miami Heat didn't play bad. They still the number one. They still have the number 1 pace in the league. They have what? 4 guys that 5 guys that scored in double digits. 5 guys that scored in double digits. You follow me? They had 4 of them scored 19 or better. So they got a good team. They got a great balanced attack. But they got to know when to stop with the threes. They was 8 for 33. They were 8 for 33. Then you go down to Orlando. Orlando had Desmond Bane with 37 points. Desmond Bane been balling. You like Desmond Bane game?
Yeah, he's making the fan.
I didn't like him because he got some short arms. But you know what? I'm impressed. I didn't like him with the Grizzlies, but he been balling, man. He been balling 6 for 9 from 3. He been balling. They shot 47%. They shot 47% last night. 47%. Paolo Banchero, 18 points. He got to get back on track. He's a max player. Paolo's the max player, 18 points. I mean, it's cool. It's good. They got the win, you know. Ain't nothing to really blame them about because they got the win. Snugs had 20, about 20 points. I like Orlando. Orlando's looking good. Orlando's about 15-10 right now. They're 15-10 right now. And again, I still don't see what y'all thought they was going to do. Yeah, I don't think y'all was talking about championship team. Y'all, they gonna be champions. They championship team. They fourth in the East. They climbed back in there, but I don't know. I don't know about championship team now. Come on now. This is good for resume. What Orlando is doing is good for resume. When I say good for resume, I mean they're gonna lose this year, but when it's time to get some better players or make some trades, look what we did last year. We need you over here. We need that shooter. We need that rebounder. Yeah. This be a good fit. This is good for resume. It's good for resume.
So what you doing if they lose this year? You going to trade? You going to break up Paulo and Franz?
Nah. I mean, I wouldn't break it up. I just figure out how to get some more pieces. I mean, listen. Everybody can't win every year. Like you don't always got to blow it up, right? Like you can literally be like, yo, you know what? We like this team. we're going to stick with this team. We can stick with this team and just grow. You know, we're going to get a couple young guys in there. You don't always got to blow it because it's only one person going to win. One team going to win every year. You know what I mean? Though, what you hoping for Orlando, just keep your fan base excited. They're in the 4th spot. Your fan base is excited, right? You got Desmond Bain scoring 37 points. You know, some nights Paulo going to do it. You know, Snugs done scored 20 points last night. You know, so it ain't far off. It ain't far off at all. Let's go to the Knicks versus the Raptors. Hey, E, you know what, E? I got to say you was wrong, bro. I got to say you was wrong. You know why you was wrong, bro? You was hating on the Raptors earlier. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, scores. He was hating on the Raptors hard, bro. Oh, that's a team you go take your girl to go see. Because they cheap tickets. They ain't going to win much. They just a bunch of guys with talent. Can't put it together. Now look at them. Now what you got to say, E? They fifth in the East. And they tied with third. What you going to say now? What you got to say now?
They should have lost last night.
They did lose last night. They did lose. 117-101. Just another team, man. The Raptors, another team that don't know when to stop shooting. 29% from 3, 11 for 38. The Knicks, 46%. Man, they got to know when to stop shooting. Then they couldn't stop that boy Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson had 20 points by the first quarter. He had 21 points in the first quarter. He had 35 last. He finished with 35. Josh Hart, season high, 21 points. And then Klay Thompson did a nasty dunk. That dunk was nasty. He had 14 and 16. Do you think the Knicks have what it takes to be champion?
That's hard. I believe in Jalen Brunson. Ooh. I believe once again, the playoffs, Jalen Brunson's going to carry them over the hump this year.
Young AI. I like Jalen Brunson too. He remind me of left-hand AI with a better jump shot and a better team. Well, at that point, he's just Jalen Brunson, right? But no, I like Jalen Brunson. I like their team. K Towns. You do need another natural scorer though. Guys who can really, like Josh Hart is a good role player. Mikal Bridges, same thing. OG, same thing. Karl Anthony Towns, you depending on him to come score.
You don't believe in Towns?
I believe in Towns is always going to be productive. I don't think he's always going to be a person you can rely on when it comes to scoring. He can be productive, though, for sure.
I don't know. Last year in the playoffs against that Celtics, he did his thing. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, he did his thing. He did his thing, and he still went home. So he not creating no shot. You need somebody to take the slack off Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, they put some bigger guards on him. Is a dub for him.
You think Jordan Clarkson can help out with that once the recent playoffs?
No. I don't think, excuse me, guys. If you listen on audio, I'm drinking some water. I've been on live for the last 2 hours. Sorry about that. I don't think Jordan Clarkson can do what Jalen Brunson do at any stretch of the imagination. I think he'll give what he did last night, 26 minutes, 12 points, 5 for 10. He shot 50%. I think that's all you need from him.
So you don't think anybody this team can scale up to what are you looking for in the secondary?
Jalen Brunson is ninth in the league in scoring, averaging 29 points right now. Who the heck is scaling up?
I mean, what are you looking for?
Another scorer. I don't know what score that is, but just another scorer who Jalen. Because here's the thing: everyone likes the fact that Jalen Brunson's averaging 28 points, right? But the problem is that's your point guard. Remember I talked about people around you getting stale. So people just standing around watching you dance, it doesn't create good energy flow with the ball. You know what I mean? So that's the problem I have with the Jalen Brunson shit. Yeah. Man, there's only another game. There's only one more game. Actually, that was the last. Actually, my fault. That was the last game. And then we got to go to the Raptors. My man B.I. had 31 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Scotty Barnes, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Scotty Barnes didn't play his best game. He just didn't play his best game. He was 6 for 18 last night. Jamal Sneed, Shed. I like his game. Wherever his name is, if you ever see this, I like your game, bro. I like your game. I got a chance to see him in that Rico Hines workout over the summer, and he was playing exactly how he played last night, making the right pass, making the right play, and hitting the open shot. That's all you can ask for. It looks like Emmanuel Quickly was out, so he held it down. But they still lost. 101-117. We got the Knicks in Orlando and Vegas for the Cup. Do you like this whole Cup thing, the whole tournament thing?
I actually do. I actually do like it. It makes it kind of exciting, especially with the special court, them going to Vegas.
Okay.
Gives a different feel.
Okay.
I was about to ask you that, dude. What you think about the
it's whatever for me. Honestly, I don't really understand the format. Yeah, it's whatever. Like, it's like whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's like more games. Okay. Like, I can watch more basketball.
You don't think it makes the games exciting, though? Like, them going to Vegas, different court. You don't think
the court is cool. I like the court. I do like the court, but it doesn't do nothing for me. I like basketball. I can watch basketball all day. Like, I can literally just sit and chill and watch basketball.
But the reason why the Cup came into play was because of the competitiveness of the regular season.
Right.
You don't think the games are more competitive?
I mean, listen, I think I understand it from a business standpoint, right? Like, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Like, you don't want them to get exhausted, right? You don't want to get them too exhausted. So, or you want to just throw some variety in there. I get that. Is it the greatest thing I've seen? No. I mean, it's just whatever. It's still whatever for me. Tonight, we got OKC in Phoenix. We got OKC in Phoenix tonight. Who you got? You think Phoenix can pull it off?
Yeah, give me Phoenix, man.
Okay, you go with the
Phoenix
underdog.
tonight, yeah.
Okay. Phoenix is 7th place right now. They shooting 41%. They could do it. Dylan Brooks needs to show me what he's talking about. Don't give me all that hype stuff because you playing LeBron and then be chilling when you get to the best team in the league. I want to see the same energy. Because he's looking good. Pause. He definitely looking better than he looked last year when it comes to the offensive side of the basketball. But I want to see all that you were showing us on with the Lakers tonight. I want to see it tonight, Dylan.
You know if Devin Booker's playing?
Devin Booker is a game time decision, which is like BS to me. Like, play, dog. Like, play. Game time decision against OKC Thunder. Like, no, bro. You're averaging 25 points right now.
He has been sitting out the past couple of days. I think it's
who?
He has been sitting out with the
hopefully he was sitting out to prepare for this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are we sitting out right now? Like, what are we talking about? It's OKC. Why are we sitting out? Then you have OKC championship bound. SGA averaging 32 points. And what if they don't lose again this year? What if they go 81-1? Would SGA be the greatest? That'd be tough, bro. But I think they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose some more games. Because teams is like the teams they played on the first half of it. They were still trying to get their legs up under them. Now teams starting to gel. They're starting to get better. But I got OKC in this one. I mean, they average 123 points. So I think Phoenix is 112 or something like that. And they shoot 50% from the field. Then tonight, we also got the Lakers versus the Spurs. Wemby is out. Luka's averaging 35 points. But it should be a good game. It should be a good game. Both teams averaging about 119 points a game and shooting close to 50%. But I want to see Lakers take better shots. I want to see Lakers take better shots. Like, they shoot too many contested shots, step backs. It's like, damn, y'all allergic to open shots.
But that's their game though. Austin Reeves, Luka, they
ain't gonna win no championship.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna win no championship. And hopefully we see LeBron turn up. Man, he might be still sore from the other night, so we gotta give some grace. But hopefully we see him turn up, man. All right, there you have it, E, man. Another great episode, man. Man, what you think, E? Anything I left out?
Nah, I don't got nothing right now.
All right, man. There you have it. Another amazing live show. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. You already know what to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you're looking for the merch, looking for some merch, make sure you go tap into our website at goalsactivewear.com. Until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.